Welcome back to Boruto Interview Special number 4. This one I'm reviewing the 22nd chapter of the Boruto manga. Yeah, I've been waiting for this one to come out, and now apparently it was just released today. Apparently, even though I thought it was going to be released a couple of days ago. I've been checking like almost every day when this chapter is going to come out this week, because I kind of figured around this particular week they would finally release it, and yeah, they finally released it. This chapter is called The Conclusion to a Fierce Battle. Yeah, a battle that's been going on now for at least for 3 chapters. Yeah, and it feels like though this particular arc, it looks like it might be wrapping up, but we'll give them that minute. Alright, first picks up right where the last chapter left off with Boruto facing against Ao, where he already blew up part of his artificial limb. It has him absorb jutsu, so he can't absorb jutsu anymore. Konohamaru jumps at him when he's about to attack and gets knocked unconscious by a mirror droid. Yeah, that's seriously what these things called mirror droids. Mirror drones. Yeah, mirror drones that look like small flying saucers. Not kidding about that. They look like flying saucers. Okay. And apparently they extract Ao's chakra. So he's like, oh yeah, this is Ocean's trump card. That's what Boruto says. They talk for a bit, and they get into, and they try to avoid attacks by these mirror drones. And Boruto tells Misuke and Satoru to take Konohamaru and the scientist guy to safety while he's battling them. Now, this is something I should point out, though. In the manga, the scientist guy refers to Boruto as young master. In the anime, it's young lord. Okay, this is probably a translation issue because I watched the Boruto subbed, and it's pretty much the same thing. Young master, young lord. Yeah, it's the same thing. The only reason why he calls him that because his father's the Hokage, and apparently Boruto doesn't have a problem with it. Yeah, one thing I do notice, but he doesn't have a problem with calling young lord and young master. Yeah. So then all of a sudden he calls upon Shadow Clones while this dust cloud comes about, hits one of his artificial limbs. He gets one gets knocked aside, and like 2 more pop up, and they both get knocked out. And he thinks he's grabbed the real one, and it turns out nope, it's not the real one. It's another Shadow Clone. Satoru tries to jump in, but Misuke stops her, and Ao is like, "Don't be a rush. We're right there. I'll play with you once I finish them." And then Boruto's, "You have already lost as a ninja. You can't win against me." And the Shadow Clone disappears with the absorption cannon thing. It was like, what? And it turns out Boruto was hiding on the ground with the chakra lightsaber. And what does he do? He slices up 2 of Ao's artificial limbs, and it hits him with a Rasengan, and then knocks him down. And then he says he cannot move a muscle. He can't move his artificial. He could easily. And Boruto somehow gets a screwdriver. I'm not sure what the heck he got this thing. He looked like he could kill him. He decided not to. He says, "I did. I broke your broken limb. Your broken limbs are healed, right?" And he compares to his father. He says he's soft as him. He sympathizes with the enemies. He hear from Kisuke. It says the hero of the hidden mist. It says he was amazing ceremony. Amazing Shinobi, like, he can't forgive for killing our comrade. Though, as you said, it depends on how you use it when it comes to using power. And he just looks at the screwdriver, and Konohamaru's like, yeah, let's distract this guy to the hidden leaf for, interrogation. Wait for reinforcements from hidden mist. And, like, every scene's over, and then Ao looks up top of the cliff and sees the leader of Kira. Yeah. He sees it's Kishin Koji. And then the guy summons a boiler toad. Yeah, he does an animal summoning. Though he's not seen, you just see him and then he just, poof. He doesn't you know how whenever you watch the anime, they take a piece of skin off their thumb, with a little blood, wipe it down, do some hand signs, and bam! That is how they summon an animal. And excuse me, the way this manga goes is like sees him, and then it's like hits the ground, bam! Here comes Boruto. He falls off thing. Ao tries to stop him with water shockwave. Actually, he uses it to push Boruto away, and then with the Boruto, he crushes Ao, practically killing him. And the chapter ends with him saying, "My name is Kishin Koja. Nice to meet you, Uzumaki Boruto-kun." Yeah, an interesting ending to the chapter. So after battling after having Ao around for a few chapters, and then killing him off, that was a bit of a surprise. Yeah, an interesting character that I'm surprised survived an explosion. Survived an explosion caused by Obito when he fired something from the tent. I think he fired a tail beast bomb at the Alliance, at the United Alliance Shinobi headquarters, which also had not only him in it, but also the father Shikamaru and Ino, and a bunch of other people. Oh yeah, I think it was also they also had their, I believe it was A's assistant. Yeah, A was the fourth Razakage, and they had his assistant there as well. And they were all killed. And apparently, Ao was the only one who survived the explosion. I would have loved to heard who actually else survived the explosion. And I'd like to see a flashback of how he survived the explosion. But that's just a thing that, well, maybe that could be discovered in a special. Maybe they could do for Boruto, like what happened, like right after the Alliance headquarters was destroyed. Like, did somebody go through the rubble and find him? It's one of those many unanswered questions from the Fourth Great Ninja War. Excuse me, and because they thought he was dead, maybe he was immune from the infinite jutsu that he put the whole that Mandara put the whole world under, with the exception of the first the four dead Hokage, Obito, and Team 7. Yeah, maybe he was immune because he was buried by Rebel. Who knows? I would have loved to see more of this. This would have been very interesting to find out the aftermath, because there are certain things that I would love to see because there's so much focus on Naruto. You could have had, I don't know, an anime something to do with anime. We had like a filler cut to like right afterwards, but this would get special to figure out like the aftermath of the Fourth Ninja War, because here's the thing: after Fourth Ninja War, from the month the Fourth Ninja War ended up until you get to here, there's not much told exactly what happened during this period of time. The only thing that we got was basically a series of light novels. That was it. Yeah, you had a story focusing on Kakashi, Shikamaru, Sakura, the wedding of Naruto Hinata, the Gaara light novel, which mentioned the engagement of Tamari and Shikamaru. The Gaara book, the Sakura book, mentioned that Choji's dating Kari, I think her name is. Yeah, Kari, who later became the mother of Chocho. But there's a few major stories, but I kind of thought this of the blank period was there's plenty of story that could have been told during that period of time. Oh yeah, and also the last, can't forget the last also happened during that period of time as well, which still canon after all this time. One of the very few films actually still canon. The only other films I can think of that are still canon with the Naruto franchise is Road to Ninja and the Boruto film, which is still going to be kind of canon, but they're going to add stuff to that. Yeah, I don't think they're going to change anything much from the film. Mostly put, it's just based upon the original script whenever they get up to doing the tuning exams. But this by far was a really, as for this chapter of Boruto manga, really good chapter. Yep, really good. And I do recommend it. But it does kind of feel as though this is the wrap up of the Team 7 and the Hidden Leaf Scientists versus AO battle. And it looks like we might get a chance to see the start of a new arc, possibly, because, well, the whole thing with AO is done. Excuse me. I do think bringing him back was a terrific stroke of genius by the part of the writer to do, because, well, everyone thought he died. Oh yeah, he's alive and well. which I kind of felt as though the writer, now unless of course that when the tray comes out they actually do give an explanation of how the heck he survived the explosion, it's still a big question mark of how he survived the explosion. I don't know, maybe they could reveal that in another chapter, it could be the next chapter mind you, or, here's one for you, when the Boruto anime gets to where this manga is currently, they may, and this is just a theory, they may actually, well, they might add a flashback of how he survived the explosion. That might be interesting, but who the heck knows? Alright, so that's it for this episode. Stay tuned this coming week for the review of the 51st episode of the Boruto anime. Now I definitely plan to do the review of news chapters for Hunter x Hunter Tokuri. I just didn't get a chance to, so I got plenty of time tomorrow. It's a day off tomorrow, so I'll do it then. So expect those 2 reviews for those particular things tomorrow. And here's a possibility, because I finally got back this after 2 weeks. There might be a possibility I might get a chance to do a review of Full Metal Alchemist. Yes, I might get a chance to do that. So expect a review of that in the next episode. In the next few videos. Alright? But to see you in the next video. Bye.